Hi all, good morning. In today's session, we talk about the MySQL constraint. Constraint means that means we are restricting user to perform certain actions. That means constraint. Okay, constraint is similar of a restrict kind of thing. Okay, restrict. We are restricting user to perform certain action. So here we'll check about the what is mean by constraint, how constraint get applied, relation between multiple constraint, primary key, foreign key, and other constraint. Also there are multiple constraint, but these are the two frequently asked question in interview, so we will have different section out of that. Apart from that, all the constraint we'll discuss here. Okay, so yeah, go ahead with the first, what is mean by constraint. So you want to perform certain action, or you want to restrict to perform certain action to the user. Like if you are employee table and you are saying mobile number is a unique for your application, so only one user can avail that number. Suppose my number is a 90909090 and 90. So this number, only one user can have that number. If any user try to add that mobile number into in our system, we are failing that, we are not allowing to that. So this is mean by constraint. Okay, and why it's required? Because the data, this is a functionality, because no user have the same mobile number. That's the basic case. That's why constraint is required. Or in application, it's very tough to manage that. It's not tough, but it's time consuming, and it happen at a database level, so no need to consider while pushing the data. We need to validate on all the things. Okay, that's the answer of what's and why. So we'll talk about the multiple relationship. Like suppose this is a one table, like employee table, and employee table have the relation with the address. Okay, this is an address table, we are maintaining it differently. So one employee have the multiple addresses. Okay, but multiple employee won't have the same address. So this is also relation we need to maintain. Like one employee have the here two addresses, but two addresses won't have the same employee. Like this is not the case. Like this address have multiple employee map with this address. So that's why we are maintaining the relation, and there are multiple constraints based upon relationship also. Okay, first we talk about the primary key. What is mean by primary key? So it's selfly defined by the word. Primary means it's the main, and key is the main key of that. So how can main key? It should be identifiably unique by the rows. And if you are mentioning that for my employee table, employee ID is the primary key, that means this employee ID you can map with the multiple table. Like in address table, you can map in a different table. So if you want to define any relation with other table, you will use a primary key to define the relation. Okay, that's why it's the main key. So how it should be defined? So first we take up example, like this is the user, like a creatable user, we are creating table. You just don't need to mention like a primary key in front of the row, that become primary key. But in a one table only one can be primary key, not more than one. You can define the composite kind of primary key, like user ID, username, password, and email. Combining the three become a primary key. So this is a single key, but composite key primary can available, but you cannot mention like primary key for user ID and email ID. Okay, that's why only one is there required. Okay, if you want to define this user with the in a different table, map this like a primary key. So if you whatever user ID is here we are defining, it's mapped with the here, like user ID and here we are mentioning and saying it is a foreign key. It is a foreign key of a user ID reference user ID. Okay, this is user is a table. In a user table, that column name, this is a table, this is a column name, user table, column name user ID, and in this table this is a user ID. My column name is user ID. Okay, this is the way we are defining the relation. From these means this all the data we are mapping here, like a table as a user column, and here foreign key, current column name also we are defining here. Okay, that's how the primary key get defined. Okay, apart from that, similar key, like earlier we discussed key, primary key only one column have the primary key, multiple column won't have the primary key. Apart from the composite key, you can define a combination of multiple columns in a single primary key, but not like user ID is a primary key and email is a primary key. But if you want to identify email as a uniquely, so there is another key which is a unique key. So you can define email ID as a unique. So in our system earlier also we have the mobile number thing. So user ID is a primary key, but mobile key or email ID can you are defining the uniquely. So no deduplication happen in that case. So how to define that? You can alter the table, add unique index on a username and username. That also possible. Apart, you can here only mention that it's a unique key. That also possible. Okay, just like that. So this is the way to define a unique key. Okay, so as per the definition, you say both are the same. What is the difference between that? So primary key is the earlier also I tell you, it can refer to the relationship between two tables, but unique key not define the relationship. Apart from primary key, null is not part of primary key, but in unique, null is a valid combination for null thing. Okay, one null is allowed in this. These are the basic difference between two of them. Apart from earlier we talk about the relation, like this is also one example where customer is the table and customer have the relationship, that customer number which is mapped with the customer number. So this is a foreign key. In a selfly also defined, like employee number and report to like employee have it's a manager number, so manager also one employee. So this is also self mapping also happen. Okay, this is also good example for the relation, means you can define the different table or a single table also, there should be one relation. Okay, okay, so we talk about the primary key and the unique key. Next came into picture foreign key. Okay, foreign key means like here if this is a primary key in this table, okay, but this is same in a different table relationship. So this is a customer number is known as a foreign key. Okay, this is a primary key and this is a foreign key. Okay, and in the same table also this is a primary key and this is a foreign key which is dependent on, that means a foreign key. So if you want to do certain action on this primary key, update should be go through that foreign key. That's why we are maintaining relation. Like suppose this customer number and order ID is there. If customer get deleted, that means all the order of these it should get deleted, no use of that. Okay, or certain address get updated from customer table, all order or all in progress order should get address as updated. So that kind of relation is required between order and customer table. That's why we are maintaining relation. So MySQL provide multiple options to maintain that relations. We'll check one by one. So first relation is a cascade. Cascade relationship means if row from parent table is deleted or updated, matching rows automatically get deleted or updated. We talk about that customer and order table. So customer get deleted, that means all order should get deleted, or customer address should updated, then order address also get updated. So that if you want to that functionality, then you can use foreign key as a cascade. Apart from that, if the next MySQL provides a set as a null. Suppose if you are deleting all the customers, then in order table all the customers who map with this customer, that get default map as a null, or that kind of functionality. If you want, you can use set as a null. Restrict. So restrict is another thing where parent table has a matching row, then means rejection get deleted. Suppose customer is a table and order is a table, and you want to delete this customer. Okay, so if you suppose customer 1 ID have O1, O2 and O2 is mapped with the customer ID 1. So in that case, the deletion of a one user, it's not get operated, that they're saying exception over it. So ideally first you need to delete order 1, order 2, then and then only customer 1 get deleted. Okay, this is the way. If you want that implementation, then you can say restrict. Okay, no action means also it is a restricted, and set default it is the same way, like recognized by means it should get rejected. Earlier also we see. So all the things like rejected, no action and a set default all are the same implementation. Like customer order should first get deleted and then only customer is deletion operation is allowed. Okay, we check in example. So suppose customer we talk about like create table is a category is a one table and product is a one table. Product have the category relation. Like if you check here, like product have the category is the ID and category is a primary key. Okay, and in a product table if you check, we are defining a foreign key on a category ID. Here we are defining category ID. This category ID, we are saying this category ID foreign key is a category and reference of this category is the table. Okay, whatever we are mentioning here, this is the reference. Category is the table and category ID is the name of this. So this is the parent table and this is the child table. Okay, and here we are saying this is a child table and this is a parent table. Okay, so here we are saying we add that data in a product table. Okay, so directly adding in a child table data is not a valid operation. So first we are getting the error, like error code operation is not allowed. First you need to add the categories. So we try to, so first we insert into categories, then insert into product. Okay, that operation get updated. But we set here, if you check, nothing we mention about the on these like constraint foreign key reference, we haven't provided anything. That means set default is get applied, and set default means rejection is happen. So if you are trying to update the categories, set category as 100 where category is a 1, it's not the operation permitted because we are updating a parent who have the child relationship. Here if you say we added iPhone 1 as a iPhone and 1 as a category. So if you want to change this 1 to 100, first you need to update the child data and then only this operation get permitted. Okay, that's why here error code occur. So how to tackle that? So that's why first you need to update the data from this categories table, product table, and then only operation allowed on the categories. Okay, so first update the product table and then category updation. This is the correct way to tackle that. Okay, in the next example we talk about the in the next example, if you check, like here we are mentioning cascade. Okay, that means that automatic delete and update operation should support. So example is the same, but here we'll try to this, like update the categories, set category as 100 and category is a 1. So if you check here, this is R before table. Okay, iPhone is a 1 category, Galaxy Note is a 1, Apple Watch 2, and Samsung is a 2. Okay, this is the before, but after applying the 100, what we are saying that category ID as 100 where category ID 1. So these are the 1 record, so automatically that getting changed into 100. Okay, so operation is allowed, but earlier default, in a default example, if you check, like we hit the same query but we are getting the error code, we are saying that operation is not allowed because the cascade, here we are saying cascade automatically data should be thrown from push to child to parent and all the stuff. So apart from that, we are saying delete from the category where category ID 2. So if you check, category ID 2 is data there, but here all the data is get vanished, and in a category table automatically that get reflected. Okay, okay, so this is the way where you can use that. Apart from that, how to drop or add foreign key. So it's the similar way. While table creation, you can use the similar syntax like foreign key references and on delete, on duplicate, cascade thing. And drop thing, you can use earlier also, we can use check the syntax like alter table, drop foreign key and key name, that will suffice. If you want to disable temporary foreign key check, you can fire this query like disabling foreign key. For disabling, set means you are setting foreign key check as a 0, 0 means false. If you want to enable that, you can just mention as a 1, that automatically start honoring that foreign key. Okay, that's the basic about the primary key, foreign key, primary key. We discuss about the both. Unique constraint also we discuss. Not null constraint means if you defining a not null, then like if I say that mobile number is a not null. Okay, mobile number is a int 10 and it's not null. Okay, while defining the table, that means this is a not null is a constraint get applied on this mobile number column. If any user try to add any data with the null or empty, that get the similar exception get thrown because the not null is a constraint we are applying on a mobile number column. Okay, unique constraint we already discussed. The record duplicate data is not allowed if you are saying unique key. Default constraint means if you want to define gender, like gender and char and char 3, if you say here, and default as a m. So default is a male if you want to mention, if you say here. So if user try to insert null or empty, that time no exception get occur, directly record get saved into database, but in a gender column, male as a m record get updated. Okay, and that's the advantages of a default constraint. Okay, okay, apart from that, enum check we'll discuss. Like earlier also we discussed about the enum data size, like 1 tiny int, because if means very small data is required to store that. That's why multiple people use the enum. So how to define that enum? So I create the table like as a shirts, and on column I am already mentioning varchar 2, but in a data type you just mention the enum size, like size enum. What are the accepted value for these, like small, medium, large and extra large, that are the 4 valid value for this enum. Okay, so while insertion you just add the large, only that 4 values are allowed to this column. Okay, so I can mention medium, shirt, small, and this is a large. If you say it's a extra small, then that record is not stored into this table because extra small is a not valid value. Okay, and that's the way you can enum check, means here we are constructing to allow only 4 values to store into database. Next is the check constraint, means you can do like this, like int if you are checking the age, and if you are maintaining any site which is a 18 plus age, so you can just here say like check greater than 18, means if any person who have the less than 18 age, that record is not stored into this table. If you say 28, 35 and 40, all are the valid row, all are getting saved, but here 15 is the age, so that row not get stored into database. Exception came into this case. Okay, yeah, that's are the basic constraint. Just to recap, we discuss about the why and what constraint is required, how relationship getting matched, then primary key we discuss, foreign key, then multiple constraints like null constraint, default constraint, enum constraint, all the things we discuss. If you want more details about the constraint, or if you want to more any constraint we miss, if you want to cover that, let us know, we'll cover in the upcoming session. Yeah, thanks all, bye.